Okay, so here's one of many reasons why bad people are really stupid. They are so easy to manipulate. It's unbelievable. They have no emotional maturity. They have no way to regulate their feelings at all. So it's so easy to manipulate and lie to them, and they completely believe it. Now, I heard a reading the other day that my stepmom was incredibly jealous of me because of my flirtiness and because of my promiscuity. And I about spit out my drink if I would have had one in my mouth. I was so shocked, and I had to laugh so hard because I know there are men that watch my channel, but when I'm talking to you guys, I'm talking to my soul tribe. I see you guys as like my good friends and family that have watched me for like real family, not like my fake family. So I see you guys as like, I don't know, my buddies, my friends. I don't see you guys that way. I'm not flirting. I'm cracking up. I'm laughing. I can't even think. I don't even do my fucking hair. I don't even put on makeup or anything. I'm obviously not trying to look like nothing. I look like shit. I look like a fucking bum like all the time. You really think I'm flirty? Oh my God. Like, if I'm picking my nose, am I flirty? Is everything that I do when I'm wiping my butt, am I flirty? It's like, come on. If somebody wants to be mad, they'll believe anything to be mad. I mean, why don't any of these people ever check information? I haven't had sex in 14 years. If I had a baby, that baby would be a teenager. And I wouldn't have had sex the whole time that baby was growing up. Can you imagine going without sex for that long? Just to be labeled by a jealous person who labels you as flirty and thinks that you sleep around. It's like, okay, so here's what it comes down to, though. God traps people. He knows they're idiots. He knows that who will fall for anything. He's lining these guys up like ducks, honestly. Like they've all fallen for it. God's trying to catch all the bad guys and swoop them all up in one swoop. I feel it. He set them all up. This was all a setup. Everybody dumb enough to believe a bunch of lies about somebody and go after them and try to kill them and try to take whatever they can from them fell for it. The smart ones, they were like, well, let me look into this. Let me see what she's really like. Let me send a private investigator and go check it out. Nope, she actually is a good person. She opens doors for people, carries groceries for people. She talks to birds. She's sweet. She can be awfully pissed off and do absolutely not a thing about it because she knows how to get present in the moment and just let it go. And it's not even spiritual bypassing, little judgers. That stuff doesn't matter. None of this, see, but they don't know that. If they thought, if they had somebody who had slept with the person that they loved or something, boy, would they be vengeful and they'd have a reason to kill somebody, For me, it's like, everybody's a liar and dishonest to some degree. Everybody has anybody influenced by the ego is capable of just about anything. Who gives a crap? They're just human beings. It just shows me, it just shows me their character. That's all it does. It just reveals to me who people are, that they do these despicable things or whatever. It's just great information to have. It's it goes in my little wisdom cap and lets me know who can and can't be trusted and who makes good, wise decisions and who makes really stupid decisions. So I'm just saying, the smart people in this situation, and I know there are some, and I don't know who they are, but I know they're like in the background, and they've been involved, and they need to get some balls and stand up to some of these little cowards. But they, you know, they were the smart ones that said, I want to look into this. I want to see what she's actually like. Maybe even meet her. Maybe even hear her story. Maybe look at her channel from way back. All my Ask Amy videos or whatever. I want to check this out first before I get my feet into this. She's calling herself a chosen one. Well, what if she is? I'm not just going to automatically assume she's not. And if she is, not even Satan would touch that person. He knows. He knows it's impossible. It is absolutely there, off limits. You know? So I better figure out whether she is or not. You know, a wise person steps by. He or she can contain their feelings or that excitement of the rush of, oh, a new thing to kill, whatever they're going after. You know, kind of says, you know what, though? I don't want to go to jail. I really don't want to. I want to be calculated about this. I want to be smart. I want to, you know, the smart person, or like ran for the hills. Like those people who ran for the hills, those guys were smart too, because they were just like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. This is getting escalated. This is getting ridiculous. I'm just going to get out of here and be safe. So, but yeah, I could make a whole video series on how stupid baddies are. And I'm not saying all baddies are stupid. They are, but I'm just saying some of them are wiser than others. And some of them are hopefully being moved to change their way from seeing how powerful chosen ones are. Now that I know that there are, I don't know how many. They say that there's 144,000 of us. And apparently we're all going through the same type of shit. Because when you look at all these readings, you guys, there's thousands of people watching every one of them, right? And we're all going through that. As you're watching that collective reading, that's a bunch of chosen ones watching those readings. It's incredible. So we're all going through this. God's going out and catching all the jackasses. He's catching everybody who falls for the lies. That's what he's doing. He's catching for the ones that are eager to kill without even thinking about it, without even doing their research or finding anything out. The dumb ones. That's who he's gone after, and that's who he's exposing right now, and that's the ones that are about to get captured and go to jail or wherever they're going to be. So, this should be a lesson for everyone. Don't assume anything. I don't care what the subject. Don't assume anything. People can say so much, and these bad people who've gotten away literally with murder and all kinds of things for so long did so with success because they manipulated people who just believed them. You know, don't believe anybody anymore, especially if they're trying to get you upset with someone. You know, be skeptical of anybody who's trying to get you upset with anybody in any way. Remember the little redhead was trying to get me mad at the one downstairs? I knew something was up when that happened. I was like, what? Why is she trying to pit me against her? And you know she did the same with her, trying to get her pitted against me. She probably was the one who got her obsessed with me to want to do all this in the first place. I'm sure the redhead was behind it. She's so conniving. So I'm just saying, be smart. Be smart and really look into things before you get upset about anything. Find out, and try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Get to know them. Find out about their story or whatever. Don't assume anything. Especially not anything that gets you upset, because that's what demons want you to do, and you fall for their trap every time. That's all I'm saying. Just look into things. Find out about people. Find out about things. Okay.